Hello everyone and welcome to the third session of Blender tutorial series. In the last tutorial we focused on modeling of a railway station and learned about the basic techniques in Blender. So in this tutorial we will focus on modeling a bit more complicated model like this and learn new techniques like proportional editing and insetting of faces and how to make a low poly scene. So let's get started. So, as you know, this is a Clash of Clan townhouse, and we will model this in this tutorial. So, this is a default cube, and I'm going to scale this on X, Y, and Z axis somewhere over here. You can manually edit the dimensions of the cube over here and little bit on Y axis. And in edit mode I'm going to add in a edge loop over somewhere over here, and in top mode I'm going to add in a loop cut over here. So now I'm going to add in the window holes. So for that, add in a cube, place your cube over here, and in side view I'm going to scale this down, put it somewhere over here. And then duplicate it by clicking on Shift D. And then I'm going to use the shortcut Control Shift Numpad minus to create in the holes for the window. And now I'm going to select these three faces, and press Alt E and select extrude faces along normals. And if I drag my mouse somewhere like here, all the faces will get extruded along their normals. Now I'm going to delete this part of the cube to add in a mirror modifier. So in object mode, go to modifiers and select the mirror modifier in X axis. So as you can see, we have the holes for window both sides now. I'll scale this just over here on X axis. So I'm trying to get an exact shape of the townhouse. So I'll be adjusting the dimensions of the main building throughout the session. So now I'll go to top view and add in a plane and scale it almost the size of the main building, something like this, and scale it just a bit on the Y axis as well, just over here, and scale it on Z. Bring it above, and now in edit mode I will select these two edges and extrude them on Z axis just like this. And bring it down. I'll select again these two and bring it somewhere over here. And in top view, I'll add a edge loop just over here, and I will lift that up something right here. And now I will bevel it by clicking on Control B and increasing the segments, and maybe give it a, yes, this looks good. And similarly, I'll select these two edges as well and bevel them. Before that, I'll add in a solidify modifier. What this modifier do is it increases the thickness of your mesh. So as you can see, the thickness is 0.06, and if I clicked on even thickness, this will give it a good thickness to the mesh. So now if I select this two edges and bevel it somewhere over here, so as you can see, the inner part of the edges also got beveled due to the solidify modifier. And now in top view, I'll add in a cube, something like this. Scale it above. And I will select all the four edges of this cube and bevel it somewhere over here. And I'll add in another plane just like this. Scale it on Y as well. Bring it above. And I will select these two edges, and extrude them on Z axis just like this. So first I'll select these three edges, and or I'll just add in a edge loop just over here. And if I have to select these two edges, or if you want to select the continuous edges, you can click on Alt and click. So it will select the complete edge, and I'll then bevel it. Something like this. And now I will add in a solidify modifier and increase the thickness to 0.04. And in edit mode, I will select this edge loop and click on F, just like this. And I will bring it down over here. I will copy this cube, and in top view I will scale it somewhere like this. Bring it down. and I will add another cube just over here. I want to make the holes in this upper cube, so I'll place my cube over here, scale it a bit larger, bring it on Z axis over here, and add in a Boolean modifier. Sorry, bevel modifier. Increase the segments and increase the amount, something like this. I'll shade it smooth, and I will add in a array modifier on Y axis. In my other screen, I have already a townhouse image open up. So I'm taking the reference of that image and building my model over here. If you guys want, you can see the reference image or take a screenshot of the reference image in the beginning of this tutorial. So I will click on Shift Control Numpad minus and same over here. So as you can see, we have a hole over here. So I will move this up over here and increase the size of this cube just like this. And I will move this plane over here and decrease the size of this. Something like here. So as you can see, we are getting the shape of that townhouse. And now I will hide these things by clicking on H, and in here I'll go to edit mode and add in 5 loop cuts, something over here, and then I will bevel them by clicking on Ctrl B, and I will put the segment as just one, somewhere over here. And now I'm going to extrude them inside. Go to the face mode by clicking on 3 and click Alt E and select extrude along normals and extrude them just over here. And enable these again, and I'll do the same thing for this face. And now I'm going to add in a chimney, just something like this. Bring it up. And I'll add in two loop cuts over here, scale them on y-axis, two loop cuts over here. So instead of doing that, we can do one thing. Select this face and right click on it and select inset faces. So if I drag my mouse like this, so as you can see, this creates a smaller face somewhere over here, and then we can extrude this on Z axis. So this will save a lot of time and save in few vertices as well. And now I will add in a bevel modifier and increase the segment and amount as well. So since this is a low poly model, I will be keeping the vertices as low as possible. So decreasing the segments to 2 will decrease the poly count as well. And I will position it over here, add in another cube, scale it a bit over here. Add in the bevel modifier for these as well, increase the segment. And now let's add the wood. So for that, I'll add in a cube and scale it something like this and position it where I want that. So somewhere over here. Scale it on Z axis. Bring it out. Now I don't want my wooden bar over here to be in a perfect cube shape. As we know, there are some odd even surfaces on a wooden plank. So I'll be making that. So to do that, we have proportional editing. So first of all, I'll take this out over here. And in edit mode, I will add in few loop cuts. And if I select this and move it over here, so as you can see, this is very sharp. I don't want this sharp edgy looks. I want it to be smooth something. So for that, go in here, proportional editing, enable that and select smooth over here. And now when you edit that, click on this, and if you click on G, oh sorry, this is disabled. So now if you click on G, see the circle is coming. So as you can see, this will proportionally edit the whole mesh, and if you scroll down and up, this will increase and decrease the size of the circle. So if you want to move this, I will move it somewhere over here and decrease the circle. So only that part will be affected. I'll do the same over here and maybe select this and scale it on y-axis somewhere over here. This is totally up to you. You can play with the settings and the wooden bar as well. I'll move it somewhere like this. And in vertices mode, I'll select a vertices and move it randomly over here and there. So as you can see, this looks better from before, and now I will just scale it something like this and turn off the proportional editing. And place it back over here. And I will add in a array modifier on y-axis and increase the count to 3 and place them over here. Just like this. Now I will copy this by clicking on Shift D and place it on the other side of the building as well. So I'm making all of this by taking the help of reference image. So I would recommend you to take a screenshot and do the same as well. And now I'm going to make the gate. So for that I'll add in a edge loop and delete these faces. And I will copy this wooden plank, delete the array modifier, rotate it on z-axis and bring it on front. So I'll again add the array modifier and on y-axis, yes. So I will increase the factor of y and move them on x-axis. I'll copy this again and delete the array modifier and rotate it on y-axis, place it over here. So now only thing left is the door frame. So that is also simple. So for that, add in a cube, bring it over here. Scale this on Y, something like this. I'm going to add in two edge loops over here. And one over here. And now I will select these two edge loops and bevel it. And as you can see, these two edge loops are preventing me to bevel more. So I will delete these two edge loops and first add in this one and then select these two edge loops, something like this. Bevel them with somewhere over here. Okay, this looks good. Now I will add in the two edge loops, scale them on x-axis somewhere over here, and in face mode I will select these three faces and I will join the remaining thing. So I will select this, select this, select this. So this will add in the complete faces like this, which we don't want. So I'll select first this one and click on F to fill. I'll select now these to fill, and then I will select these four to fill somewhere over here. So this looks nice. And now I'm going to do the same thing which I did with the wooden plank. Add few loop cuts, and with the help of proportional editing I will randomize this thing. And I will shade smooth these things, all the wooden planks, so that we can't see the remaining sharpness in that. This looks good now. Now all that left is the materials. But before that, I will add in some brick looking structures to give it a low poly kind of look, just like we did it on our railway station. So just add in a cube and place it randomly over the building. After adding the bricks, I will select this building and go to the edit mode in vertices mode and bevel few of the vertices, something like this, to give it a more broken rock kind of view. So if you select the two segments, it will look something like this, and in here I'll bevel it as well. So shift control B and just one segment. But as you can see, this is cloning since the mirror modifier is still active. So what I'll do is I'll apply the mirror modifier. go here and click on apply. And now if I go to edit mode and select select this vertices and bevel it, so yeah, this looks nice. You can add in more details if you want, but this looks fine to me now. Now let's add the materials. Add in a plane so that we have a base for our townhouse. Move it over here. I'll adjust some of this bricks. Okay. Now I will select the camera angle, something like this, and click on Ctrl Alt 0 and zoom out with the help of S and zoom in with the help of W key. And I will rotate the plane over here so that my camera angle is in parallel with this edge, and I will extrude it on Z axis and bevel it to get the infinite background. Shade it smooth, go here and auto smooth, and this looks nice now. Let's start adding in the materials. So for that, go to rendered view. Our default light is over here. I'll move it somewhere here and increase the radius to 3 and change the render engine to cycles. Select the device as GPU and enable the render and viewport denoising. Go to material view and enable the scene lights. I will copy this light over here, somewhere over here. I will delete these two faces because this will give it a more good looking render. And now in render view, as you can see, this looks pretty good. So I will select this thing and go to materials and click on new, and I will give the base color something like orange, and I'll rename this material to orange. And for this plane also I will give the same material orange, so click over here, something like this. And similarly I will apply the materials to all the other models, so I'll just skip ahead. This is how our model should look like. And now in scene properties, go to look and set this to medium high contrast or high contrast depending upon your light settings. And you can play with the exposure and gamma over here, and everything looks good now. You can increase the tile size to 256 and don't forget to enable the denoising. And click on F12 to render now. After rendering, it will look something like this, which is pretty cool. And if you go to image, you can save this image by clicking on Alt S. And do not worry about the scene settings and materials. I will do a separate in-depth session on that. For now, just follow the steps. I hope you guys had fun in this tutorial as well. And as you have noticed, I have fast forwarded some parts of the tutorial to skip ahead since we did the exact same things in our last tutorial. And in next session, we will learn about the nodes and textures and how to apply them on models, how to combine one or more textures and the use of UV editing as well. As you can see in our townhouse, that I have applied the wood kind of textures in the planks. This is procedural wood material made in Blender from scratch. I would really recommend you to see that video since I will be telling some really cool techniques. And subscribe the channel if you want to get the notification about it. Thank you guys for the support.